Project Ultimate Traxxas Mini Maxx is back on the workbench. It snowed over the past few days, which means it's the perfect time to go into the workshop and wrench on a project. I did get to go out and run my new Yarbo snowblower. That thing is pretty cool, but back to the project. This is part 3 of the series, and this was actually gonna be the finale, but since it snowed outside, I'm gonna extend this a little bit because I don't know when I'm gonna run the action on this. So I'm cutting things down a little bit. Pretty simple video for today, guys. We're just gonna install the electronics. I think I said I was gonna install a few other things in the last video, but we're cutting it down here. So I'm gonna go and install the VXL system. This is gonna allow me to run 3S battery packs through it. That's what we built up the driveline for. Then I'm also gonna go and swap out the servo, install this 600 servo that they have, lots of torque in this one, metal gears. I've got a fan for the speed controller. I don't have one for the motor yet, and since it's gonna be cold out when I'm running it, not too worried about it, but I would highly recommend picking up a fan for the motor when you're running one of these in the summertime. Also got a wheelie bar for it. That's pretty much mandatory. Hardened steel pinion gear and some wheel nuts because we're gonna throw the wheels back on. This is what a new Valenian system looks like out of the box. You get all your paperwork for the motor and the speed controller. Motor packaged up. There's your new speed controller, a mounting plate, which we're not going to use in this particular application. Some hardware. I don't believe I'm going to use those. I think these screw heads are a little bit too big. Just got to reuse the hardware from the original truck. Two-sided tape. Again, not going to use that. That's a universal application. Some decals, and I did want to go and show you guys that they do have these mounting adapters. This speed controller is going to drop right in, but just in case you're going to install something else that requires you to screw down the speed controller, they do have a bunch of different adapters available to secure that. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. And then I'm going to go throw a 19 tooth pinion gear in. Usually when I motor up, I like to go down a couple of teeth. This time I'm just going to go down one. Of course, monitor my temperatures as I go, but let's get this system installed. So first up, going to mount the motor to the motor plate, screw on that pinion gear, and drop it back into place on the chassis. I'm just reusing the motor screws. They still have some thread lock on them, and what I had to do is go into the manual to find the gear spacing chart here. Since I'm changing out the pinion gear size, I have to go and refer to this chart. The stock gear was a 20, and that went into the F holes in the motor plate, and the 19 tooth that I have for it now goes into the E hole, so that's where I set up the motor. Then I'm gonna place a new pinion on the motor shaft in the same location as the original setup, so the teeth align to the spur gear. I'll just drop in the motor plate assembly and secure it with the factory hardware. Next step is installing the VXL speed controller, and I was wrong. You do need that speed controller adapter pack. The mounting setup is a little bit different between the two speed controllers. You're gonna wanna locate the mounts that have the holes towards the back, and you're also gonna need some longer hardware. These are like 18 millimeter flathead screws, so I'm just gonna slide these through into the speed controller and then use a M3 nut to secure it. There's the speed controller installed. Now we just have to go and connect the wires and match up the colors. We'll just tidy it up later. Snap the motor fan into place and plug it in. The brushless system is roughly wired in. I still have to go plug the signal wire into the receiver. Also went and threw in the cover for the center drive shaft. I should have done that before I actually had to go remove the motor again just to slide that into place. But it's time to move on to the servo. And this bad boy is going, and check this out. Full aluminum case from Traxxas, 600 inches of torque, all metal gears on the inside, and this is just going to be a direct drop-in using the factory hardware. Just a little tip, it's always good to power this up first before installing it to make sure everything's centered. It just makes life a little bit easier down the road when you're setting everything up once everything is ready to go. But I'm going to drop this in now and move on to finishing off the receiver and wiring. Screws in. Because I already put the electronics in it, I'm using a ball head hex driver to get these screws in. Probably should have threw the servo in first. That's all right, we'll get it in. I'll just finish wrapping up the electronics. The steering servo goes into channel 1, and the speed controller goes into channel 2. Just gotta leave the receiver box chilling for now because I'm gonna go install LED lights later. I'm gonna have to access the receiver again. Right now though, I'm gonna go and throw on this wheelie bar. This thing looks pretty sick. Now, which way does it go? It looks like it angles down that way, so it'll slide right in. And it comes with the included hardware to mount it. You know what? Let's throw on these black chrome bumpers next. I gotta see how these things look. That's gotta be pretty sweet. And you know what? Now I'm going to throw the wheels and tires on just so this thing starts looking like a truck again, and I'm going to use these orange serrated lock nuts. Check out that suspension, nice and plush, and I love the color choice. Coming up in the next video, I'm gonna go paint the body, throw on the LED light sets, and hopefully the snow clears up soon so I could take it out for a drive. Links for everything I showed you guys today will be in the video description below. See you back soon for some more RC Driver videos.